Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma'am. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, sir. How are you?
Fine, fine. It is I'm very happy to see your result. And today, basically, we have arranged this brief session so that you can share your strategy and they can also ask doubts from you. So I hope you
Yes,
do
sir.
not
Okay.
mind sharing your strategy with people and clearing their doubts.
Not at all, sir.
Okay, okay.
Sure,
So,
sir. Sure.
ma'am, can we begin with basically your introduction, like your background, education background, from which state do you come, where do you belong from, and your education background briefly?
Okay. So I'm Tanya Ambasta. This year, All India rank 237. I did my class 10th from St. Francis School, Jasiri, Devghar. And then I went for computer science engineering from BIT Meshra Devghar campus. Thereafter, I joined Sapient Consulting Private Limited from 2016, and I was working. And along with that, this is my second attempt. I attempted first in 2018. I cleared prelims, but I could not clear mains by a margin of around 4 marks. And then this is my second attempt, and this year I cleared.
Ma'am, what about your optional subject? I guess it is anthropology.
Uh, my option is anthropology.
Yeah, ma'am. I remember we had a brief discussion on tribals in Jharkhand, if you remember.
Yes, sir. So
So,
I would like to thank you very much for your DAF analysis session, because my interview was on predicted lines because of you. Because you could predict many of the questions that they asked on interview, like questions related to Jharkhand and all. It was all on predicted lines, as predicted by you. Your experience and your help truly was of immense help to me. Thank
thank
you,
you,
sir.
ma'am. Ma'am, would you like to share a few questions, like what all, like in interview you're talking about Jharkhand, I shared with you from your background. What was the type of questions in interview?
So just a minute, your sound was actually just a minute. So could you please repeat the question?
Yeah, I was,
Hello?
since you were talking about your interview experience with me, like we had two sessions with you. I had two sessions with you.
Yes,
And you
sir.
were saying that a little bit my experience on what can be expected in the inside the interview room has helped you. So can you briefly
Yes,
elaborate
sir.
on that more, little bit?
Yes, sir. So, so should I elaborate on the interview questions that they asked me?
Yeah, and how did I went through your DAF and how it helped you exactly?
Yes, sir. So, in the DAF analysis session that I had with you, you actually predicted many of the questions that they asked from Jharkhand, like why is Jharkhand not, is small state the reason that Jharkhand is not able to develop? So, as you had predicted, I have prepared a good answer on it, and I had tried to take a pause and then briefly state about that, and then I rightly pointed out that development is not a function of size. It depends on the will of the people to participate, the administrative efficiency, and the political will. So there was a smile on few members face, and and then questions related to women was also there, as you had predicted that. And the question there was that women face discrimination, a lot of discrimination, starting from their childhood, in their education, in the job opportunities. So what are your views on that? So I tried to stay optimistic, as advised by you, and I tried to stay optimistic, and I told them that like things are changing in favor of women, and today they have better opportunities as compared to what they had previously. So, and then one question was related to Trump visit. So much expenses was being done on. So, do you think the expense is helpful, or it is like expenditure on part of it? So that question was, and um, just a minute, I'm just looking at some questions. So Sujata Mehta madam was board was there. So the first question was she told me to tell me about myself and elaborate on my job experience. And then so as we had a discussion on tribals, and there was a question on tribals that women among tribals are less empowered. So what are your views on it and how to tackle that? So there were many questions like why was Jharkhand formed? Are small states conducive to development? Why could Jharkhand not develop? How can people be empowered to participate in development? Is social infrastructure in Jharkhand developed? And in your state, every time the new government is coming.
Yeah.
So there was a brief discussion on that. And then is government spending on advertisement good or bad? So things like that was there. And then there was how would you develop Jharkhand, make a plan for Jharkhand's development? So many of these questions were on the lines as predicted by
Yeah,
you.
I
So
believe
that
that,
really helped me.
yeah, ma'am, I believe that we had a brief discussion on the political instability of Jharkhand. And also I had told you
Yes,
that
sir.
you had to come out with a plan to develop Jharkhand. Exactly these two
Yes, sir.
points
Yes,
I
sir.
guess we had
I
discussed.
remember that.
Okay.
Yes,
And
sir.
I would like to tell you, everyone, that I had already told ma'am that ma'am will be getting very high marks in the interview because her composure was very good, her communication skill was very good. So a lot also depends upon your personality. Like, and she has a very good personality, very calm personality, and the way she speaks, I really like the. I have predicted that you will be getting, most probably you will be getting a rank this year, if you remember, ma'am.
Yes, thank you so much, sir, for your kind words. And you have always been encouraging and motivating to me. I don't know what I actually have or not, but your words have always been a source of inspiration and they've always been a motivating for me.
Ma'am, you tell me, like, you have told that you were working and you were preparing also. So many
Yes,
of
sir.
times, like meet aspirants who are working professionals. So how did
Yes,
you
sir.
manage
Ah,
that challenge?
Yes, sir. So actually, when I joined in 2016 in Sapient, I really find it very difficult to manage my studies along with the job. But so I took some time. It was around 2017 that I was finally settled with the job, and then in 2017 I started preparing for it. What I tried to make, what I tried to adhere to was that I should continue, consistently work hard because 6 hours every day counts to 36 hours. But if I'm studying one day 10 hour and the other day 2 hour, then won't be so, it won't be that effective as 6 hours every day would be. So I tried to keep that a bare minimum level of studies of around 6 hours should be there. And I tried to study a bit in the morning. My office timing was 9 to 6 around. 8:30 to 5:30 is the exact timing. So 9 to 6 was there. So during the morning also I got some time, and after the office I would get some time. I got cooperation from my seniors at office that I would leave the job, I would leave office at around 6:30, and they would allow me to go even if there was some hard and fast deadlines were going on, but they would allow me to leave by 6:30. So after 6:30 I had my time. Even during the office hours, I tried to study the Hindu and I tried to keep in touch with current affairs. So at that, during the office also, I tried to use the time that was available to me. And after 2017, when I started studying seriously for it, weekends were like one of the most beneficial or one of the most advantageous days to me, because on weekends I could study for 10 to 12 hours at a stretch. One primary thing that I tried to focus on was making my environment conducive. So initially, I was living in a shared room. So I got a single room for myself so that it would be more conducive to my studies. And then I tried to like matlab, I would try to take some breaks in the sense that I would come to bench after a project finishes. I did not apply for the next project as soon as possible, but I tried to take a break of around 2 to 3 months, and then unless I got a mail from the HR department, I did not apply. And then when I got the mail, I would try to delay it as much as possible, because climbing high in the corporate sector was not my aim. My aim was simply to stay there. So I was just, I was doing as much as it was
yeah,
necessary to
Tamni
keep my
Madi
job
here
going.
for real.
Okay.
So that was all.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Uh, just I like to some people have not muted their mic, so I am muting everyone just for a second. And Tanya, you can unmute your mic. I have muted everyone. You can just unmute your mic. Okay.
Huh.
Others,
Ma'am, it is
please do
audible?
not unmute your mic. Others, please, it's a humble request because the entire session will be disturbed by you and others will not be able to make the most of the ma'am session. So, okay, ma'am, like this was like, how did you manage time while working? So can you just like take us around like what all areas as a working of professional, what all areas we can basically, how should we begin? How should we begin? Because as a working professional, you cannot go for a full-time coaching, most probably. So how should he begin? As a
Yes,
working professional, he or she
definitely.
should
So,
begin.
first of all, it is very necessary that whatever time we get, we try to study the NCRTs. That is very important. And then this is very important that after the NCRTs, we keep our sources very limited because since time is limited, effort also that can be put in is limited. So we keep our sources very limited. So standard books like Spectrum, Lakshmikant should definitely be adhered to. In current affairs, I always suggest that newspaper reading newspaper reading is important. It's important cannot be its importance cannot be undermined, but the importance of a single compiled source is very important because that is that source that will help us revise, because it is important that whatever we study, we study at least 2 to 3 times so that it is it gets into, it seeps into our mind and we are able to reproduce it in mails. So keeping our sources limited and revising it as regularly as possible becomes very important. So adhering to like completing the NCRTs and then going for those important books, as you always guide what books to study. So those books, and then keeping our current affairs sources also limited and revising it regularly, and then practicing tests and practicing previous year question papers, keeping our syllabus and previous year questions always always, we should always stay in touch with our previous year question papers and syllabus. And this was a basic
Ma'am,
peep into the.
ma'am, since you are from anthropology anthropology optional, many of the students who have joined today, they're also from
Yes, sir.
anthropology background, and they need a like
Okay.
basically a strategy, like strategy. How should they go about anthropology optional, ma'am?
Okay, sir. So actually, in my first attempt, I got to 15 anthropology. So it was due to my anthropology that I could not clear, because in GS I got around 415 marks in the last attempt. So I missed by around 4 marks in mains. So I could not clear mains last time. So this time I did put real hard work into anthropology, and things could go well. So in anthropology, the first thing that I would suggest is first of all, read the syllabus. Be very clear with what is there in the syllabus, and then start reading the basic. As in, there are some good, as to say, websites or some blogs are there that guide you what are sources should be studied. Or someday I will come up with the sources that I refer to. For example. Um, I would say in social portion, I referred to Ved sir's book. In Indian portion, I referred to Nadeem Hasnan's book. I would come up with the socialist someday, but in the net also there is available. So we should try sticking to the sources. And previous year question is of paramount importance in anthropology, because there is that we can say there is a limited set of questions. If practiced well, questions come some way or the other from that itself. And anthropology has very static syllabus. It's not very dynamic, that like political sciences and international relations, that it will keep on changing every year. But anthropology is kind of static syllabus. Definitely current affairs is there, and the more you inculcate your case studies into your answers, the more marks it will fetch. So that becomes important. But covering your syllabus word by word, by properly following the sources, and practicing previous year questions, matlab at least last 7 to 8 years. I practiced from around 2012 to 2018. So practicing all those questions, matlab making some ready answers for those questions becomes very important. So either we can form groups to write those answers, or any other way that we feel like, or if we want to prepare alone, we can prepare alone. But writing answers to that questions by studying the important sources becomes very important. And in anthropology, one more very important thing is answer writing practice, because often it happens that we are not able to complete the paper because it is very मतलब a typical arts paper, I would suggest, because there is more of writing in anthropology. So practicing answer writing so that we are able to complete the paper in 3 hours becomes very important. So these are some of the pointers that will help in anthropology.
Ma'am, did you go for any coaching in anthropology? Many are asking like this question, ma'am.
Yes, sir. I attended Ved sir's coaching, but I attended it in 2017, and in 2018 I got around 250 marks. So I don't know how much that was helpful, but definitely I would agree to it that his coaching was a steering wheel. So it helped me guide in the right direction, because I had no prior knowledge of anthropology. My background was computer science engineering. So that was it. But there is a limit to what a teacher can guide you. So it becomes very important that you yourself take the lead, study the syllabus. You can attend any teacher's coaching. Your teacher's role is to act as a steering wheel to guide you how to prepare, what to prepare. But the preparation is in your hands. So you have to take the syllabus, read the previous year questions, study the basic sources, and then always try to keep on reading and rereading. The more you read and reread, that would be helpful.
Ma'am, someone is asking about simplified anthropology by Vivek sir. Do you know about it?
Yes, Vivek Bhashme sir has written a book, Anthropology Simplified. And when I was preparing answers for the questions in anthropology, there were some of the questions that I could get good answers in his book, but I did not refer to all the answers and all the questions. There was, matlab, I was preparing my own set of answers to all the important questions. So for some of the questions, I referred to answers in his book.
Ma'am, may I say
So
that
referring selectively will be helpful.
And ma'am, someone is asking about like any good test series or something, like how helpful they are, and can you suggest them something?
So I would suggest that you have come up with a good test series. So your materials are very good. I have myself gone through them, so they are very helpful.
Ma'am,
Otherwise,
they are talking about an anthropology, ma'am, anthropology.
anthropology test series. I attended L2A's test series, and I found that useful because that did cover extensively all the questions and answers,
Okay, ma'am.
and it also helped in like practicing to write within the 3 hours time limit.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Anyone has any other doubt regarding anthropology?
Hello,
Students?
ma'am.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, L2A or Vijita AS, which is better for anthropology mains test series? Which one you prefer?
Actually, I did not attend Vijita IAS Academy test series. I attended L2As and I found L2As as good.
Ma'am, do you get that copies evaluated within a week, or what is the time period?
No, actually, Bala said more time because of the student load. But actually, I had talked to him personally, and I had told him that I missed by around 4 marks. So he was very cooperative and very helpful to me, and he would try to give me my copies within 10 days. And even before 20 days before mains, I had a talk with him, and I had gone to him, and he discussed my questions and my answers very extensively, and he guided me in that regard. So I would definitely I'm heartfelt gratitude. I have heartfelt gratitude. I'm gratefully indebted to his guidance, and I find
Okay,
him to
ma'am.
be very
Thank you. One more question. For physical
yeah,
anthropology, what is the
yeah.
source, ma'am? I'm getting where lots of sources and can't understand those concepts. And for diagrams, how you prepared, ma'am?
So for physical anthropology, I had referred to. Can you exactly talk about which portion of the syllabus are you referring to? The physical
Ma'am,
anthropology has
1.4,
genetics.
1.4 and 1.5. Okay, let me tell the.
So 1.4 and 1.5, that theory of organic evolution, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So I referred, actually Ved sir had some notes on that, so I referred directly to those notes.
Okay, ma'am. Some biology related concepts and all. You referred NCRT or P North, ma'am?
I referred to can you elaborate on what
Like
point
cell
I referred?
membrane, like those concepts and all coming like now, ma'am. That one.
Actually, I did my 10th from ICSE board, so those concepts had been like clear in my mind from then itself. So I did not revise it during my preparation time.
Okay, ma'am. For diagrams, how you prepared, ma'am? For like for
Uh,
prehistoric tools like tools and physical anthropology diagrams too.
so some from probably BMW, some book was there, and then oh sorry, DK Bhattacharya. DK Bhattacharya book has diagrams in it. So yeah, right. So DK Bhattacharya book was there, and it had diagrams. I practiced from that. And similarly, I had referred to multiple sources, and I used to collect them and make my own notes and my own diagram list. So it is that what I had made on my own, I used to revise it regularly.
Ma'am, did you quoted a case study in your answer, right? Answer, mains answer.
Yeah, in my second attempt, this attempt, I quoted extensively case studies in my paper too.
Ma'am,
The
case study,
Indian.
did you refer to any compilation or you Googled the news and you prepared?
No, actually, I had formed a group with two of my other fellow mates who had like qualified prelims. So we were collecting case studies. We had divided the syllabus among ourselves, and we googled the news and the articles that we were getting, and then we made case studies on those topics, and we would share with each other.
Okay, ma'am, thank you so much for the clarification. All the best for
Welcome.
your future.
Thank you.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi.
Hello, ma'am. Congrats.
Thank you.
Can you
Hello.
hear?
A bit, I think there's a bit of
Hello?
noise.
Yeah, please go
Is
on.
it
Please
not?
go on.
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, please go on. Please go on.
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello,
You're
ma'am.
audible.
Ma'am,
Yes,
ma'am,
you're
how do I
audible.
prepare
Hi,
for
Irene.
anthropology? Ma'am, how do I prepare for
How do you
anthropology
prepare
without
for?
coaching, ma'am?
Yeah, ma'am. Without
Coaching, ma'am.
coaching, someone if
Are
someone.
you able to hear me, Aryan?
Tanya, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, his doubt is how someone if he cannot afford coaching or something like that for anthropology, how should he go about?
Yes, sir. So I would first suggest that you go through the syllabus of anthropology. Okay, then there are portions like first of all relation with the first portion is meaning and scope of anthropology that comes in Nadeem Hasnan's general anthropology book. So similarly for every portion of the syllabus there is a book. You can refer to that book, revise it at least once, and then prepare an answer on that same. And after preparing those answers, revise it one to two, three times so that it imbibes in you, and then practice some good test series or test series, at least practice the previous year question papers.
Okay, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, ma'am. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you. Tell me.
Hello, sir. Is madam audible? Hello.
Yeah, you are audible. Please tell.
Hello, ma'am. Very good evening and hearty congratulations, ma'am. Ma'am, I need some. I have some doubts about paper two actually. So, what should be the approach to the tribal anthropology? I mean, last four chapters in the paper two.
Tanya, can you hear?
Ma'am, your audio is muted.
So are you able to hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you.
So there is a book by Nadeem Hasnain on tribal anthropology. Some portions can be referred to that. Then there Varnit Negi sir's rank 13 last year, rank 13. So he has he has made us available his notes. So in those notes, I found many of the portions that I could not get in other books. So I referred to those notes. And some of the portions I
Okay,
also
ma'am.
did refer to Sachin Gupta sir notes. Sachin Gupta sir notes is useful.
Hello, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. And another
Yeah.
question is about the case studies that recent trends about land alienation, land problems, forest right acts. I mean, how should we prepare for these actually? I mean, every day or other, there will be any other new. I mean, hello.
I'm understanding your question. See, some of the basic case studies you will get from Varnit Negi sir's notes. Then,
Okay,
building
ma'am.
upon
Okay.
that, you can refer to the
ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್
current affairs that
ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್
is going.
ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅಂತೆ.
Hello, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
You can refer to the current
And
affairs happenings that are going on and try to collect them as per the demand of the syllabus.
ma'am, ma'am, can you mention any blogs about the current affairs, especially for this?
Any
WhatsApp
blogs
online.
per se?
ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ
Actually,
online?
Hindu
ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ
or
ಏನಿಲ್ಲ.
the Indian Express, any newspaper that you'll get
Okay.
news
Oh,
articles
yes,
on those
yes, ma'am.
details.
Okay.
Ma'am, I have one doubt, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
ನಾನು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ
मैम स्टैटिक होने की वजह से सबके आंसर सेम हो रहे हैं, तो क्या ये कोई प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है फ्यूचर में चेकर्स के लिए?
देखिए, अब बात ये हो जाता है ना कि आंसर्स तो जो एक स्टैंडर्ड आंसर होगा वो तो अगर कुछ बच्चे लिख रहे हैं तो वो वही होगा सबका। कुछ अलग से मटेरियल के चक्कर में फंसने से बहुत टाइम जाता है। तो कोशिश ये करना है कि मेरा स्ट्रैटेजी ऐसा हो कि हम सारा क्वेश्चन अटेम्प्ट कर लें और सारा क्वेश्चन अपना बेस्ट ऑफ द बेस्ट वे में हम लिख लें। अब वही आंसर किसी और का है या नहीं है, वो बहुत बड़ा उस पर ध्यान देने का जरूरत नहीं है। इस बात पे ध्यान देने का जरूरत है मेरा आंसर अच्छा होना चाहिए, सही हैंडराइटिंग में होनी चाहिए और मतलब अच्छे से हम अपना आंसर बेस्ट वे में सारा आंसर्स प्रिपेयर करें। क्योंकि बहुत बार एंथ्रोपोलॉजी में कुछ बच्चों का क्वेश्चन छूट जाता है, तो वो आगे का क्वेश्चन कितना भी अच्छा लिखे, अगर क्वेश्चन छूट गया तो दैट इज अ मेजर डिसएडवांटेज। इसलिए कोशिश करना चाहिए हम सारा आंसर अटेम्प्ट करें और अपने बेस्ट वे में लिखें। अब बाकी लोगों का सेम है नहीं है उस पर उतना ध्यान नहीं दे सकते।
Thank you, ma'am.
Said you scored 250 last time, right? So what changes did you incorporate in this time's exam?
Yeah, last time I did not attempt the paper fully. I attempted around, I think, half of the paper because some of the questions were there that I did not know and some of the questions I had exceeded my time limit. So first of all, the major change was I practiced the test series. So I learned to write all those questions within 3-hour limit time. So that was the first change. Then I was completed the entire syllabus. Last time I had completed the syllabus very selectively because I did not have much time. So this time I completed the syllabus completely. Even some of the portions that I did not get in any other books, I referred to Varnit Negi's notes and Sachin Gupta's notes. So I tried to cover the syllabus completely. So these are the two major changes. And third was I revised and re-revised. Last time, I think after completing the syllabus, I revised for once or twice. But this time, I made sure that most of the things were in my memory, very well established in my memory, so I could reproduce them. So these were the 3 changes that I brought.
I mean, how did you utilize those 3 months after the prelims?
So after the prelims, I was not बहुत टेंशन में नहीं थी कि नहीं होगा क्योंकि पिछले बार प्रीलिम्स हो गया था तो मुझे पता था इस बार प्रीलिम्स बेहतर गया है पिछले बार से। तो उसके बाद मैंने पढ़ना शुरू कर दिया था डायरेक्टली। मैंने सबसे पहले तो मुझे जीएस आसान लगता है तो मैंने जीएस जल्द से कंप्लीट कर लिया था। जीएस 1 2 3 4 मतलब पता था जीएस 2 जीएस 3 तो रिवाइज करते रहना होगा क्योंकि बीच में वो करंट अफेयर्स तो 1-2 महीना और चलेंगे। तो इसलिए मैंने जो भी था स्टैटिक में जो भी मैं रिवाइज कर सकती थी अपने नोट्स को मैंने रिवाइज कर लिया था। उसके बाद मैं एंथ्रोपोलॉजी पे तुरंत आ गई थी। एंथ्रोपोलॉजी का मैंने पेपर 1 पहले कंप्लीट किया पार्ट बाय पार्ट। उसके बाद मैंने उसका टेस्ट देना शुरू कर दिया था। उसके बाद मैं पेपर 2 पे आई, फिर पेपर 2 का टेस्ट दिया। उसके बाद फिर मैं टेस्ट सीरीज़ पे लगातार जीएस का टेस्ट सीरीज़ और जो एंथ्रो का कुछ टेस्ट सब था वो सब कर रही थी। सारे टेस्ट तो मैं बहुत सारे टेस्ट ने मतलब जितना टेस्ट हो सका मेरे से मैंने दिया। उसके बाद एंड में फिर जब एग्जाम से अराउंड 1 महीना बाकी था फिर मैंने वापस रिवीजन मोड पे मैं आ गई थी। लेकिन साथ में ये ध्यान था कि प्रैक्टिस करते रहना आंसर की, मतलब ऐसा नहीं हो कि अभी तो हम 3 घंटे में पेपर कंप्लीट कर ले रहे हैं, वहाँ एग्जाम के टाइम जाए तो हम 10 दिन से आंसर राइटिंग प्रैक्टिस नहीं किया तो उस टाइम पे फिर मेरा नहीं होने लगे। तो आंसर राइटिंग प्रैक्टिस कर रही थी मैं एटलीस्ट, मतलब ऐसा था कि रोज दिन कुछ ना कुछ लिखते रहना है, तो वो चीज़ था। और मतलब मैं रिविजन मोड पे आ गई थी। मैंने सारा जो भी मतलब मेरे कंपाइल्ड सोर्सेज हैं, जो भी मतलब था कि अब यहाँ अगस्त तक का करंट अफेयर्स मैक्सिमम पढ़ना है, तो जो भी उस समय के करंट अफेयर्स आ गए सब मैंने फिर वापस से रिवाइज करके पढ़ा था। हाँ, थोड़ा मुझे टाइम का कमी लगा था या मैंने शायद अच्छे से सही से मैनेज नहीं कर पाई थी, तो कुछ सोर्सेज जैसे मैंने सोचे थे फिर से रिवाइज करने का करंट अफेयर्स में, उतना अच्छे से रिवाइज नहीं हो पाया था। तो शायद मेरे को लगा अभी मार्क्स आएगा तो क्लियर हो जाएगा, शायद GS2 GS3 में थोड़ा वहाँ पे उस जगह पे कमी रहा होगा। और बाकी सब ये था, मतलब रिवीजन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। मतलब जैसे GS2 GS3 के बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस मुझे आते थे लेकिन एग्जैक्टली उस मोमेंट पे पूरे अच्छे से स्ट्राइक नहीं कर पा रहे थे, तो दैट बिकम्स लाइक दैट, वो बहुत इम्पैक्ट करता है। तो इसीलिए ज़रूरत है रिविजन को, अगर कुछ पढ़े हैं तो हमको ध्यान तो उस टाइम पे प्रॉपरली आना चाहिए, वो एक चीज़ है।
मैम ऑन एन एवरेज आप कितना टाइम अलॉट करते थे, मतलब प्रीलिम्स के बाद GS1 को इतने दिन में खत्म करना है मुझे, GS2 को इतना टाइम देने वाली हूँ?
GS1 मैंने पिछले अटेम्प्ट में अच्छे से तैयारी किया था, तो मुझे 5 दिन से ज़्यादा नहीं लगा था। मतलब मेरे नोट्स प्रिपेयर्ड थे और मैंने उसको रिवाइज भी किया था 1-2 बार, तो इसलिए मेरे लिए आसान था वो। तो मैंने 5 दिन से ज़्यादा एलोकेट नहीं किया था। GS2 में भी मेरे को लगता है कि करंट अफेयर्स वाला जो एकदम रिसेंट करंट अफेयर्स है वो हटा के, जो थोड़ा पुराना करंट अफेयर्स और जो स्टैटिक पोर्शन है उसको मेरे को 5 या 6 दिन ऐसा कुछ लगा था। और फिर GS3 तो पूरा करंट अफेयर्स ही हो जाता था, जो पहले पढ़े थे तो वो साथ में चल रहा था। GS3 GS4 3 या 4 दिन लगा था। मतलब GS4 मेरे लिए एक्चुअली सबसे आसान सब्जेक्ट है, क्योंकि 2018 के अटेम्प्ट में मुझे 111 नंबर आए थे GS4 में, तो मतलब मुझे ऐसा लगा था कि वो मैं स्ट्रॉन्ग फोटे और मैं उसको कर लूँगी। तो इसीलिए जो मैंने नोट्स प्रिपेयर किए थे उसी को मैंने 3 या 4 दिन में रिवाइज़ कर लिया था, और ये चीज़ था। उसके बाद फिर मैं वापस एंथ्रोपोलॉजी पे आ गई थी। मुझे एंथ्रोपोलॉजी को लेके मतलब डर था, क्योंकि पिछली बार इतने अच्छे नंबर नहीं थे।
Ma'am,
हाँ
ma'am, I
हाँ
have a
सर।
small request. Like some people are saying that they are not able to understand because they are from South India. They're not able to understand Hindi.
Okay, okay. I'm so really sorry. I'm really sorry to everyone.
And another thing, ma'am,
Sorry.
what they are saying is little bit you elaborate on your GS preparation and what do you think helps in prelims and what do you think helps in mains, specifically GS in prelims and mains, ma'am?
Yes, and prelims and mains. So, how should I proceed with it? Like, should I go with the mains syllabus?
Ma'am, first tell me about prelims. Like general prelims, we all know the standard books like test series. What is the role of test series and what is the role of any material or something like that? Other than the standard material like Lakshmikant, Spectrum, that everybody knows. Other than that, do you think something works for the prelims?
Sir, I find your material to be very suited in line with prelims, and moreover, you have qualified yourself prelims so many times, so you have a proper understanding of what the prelims demands. So your material is very good in that regard, very helpful in that regard. About the role of test series, I find that test series is very important. Also because it helps develop intelligent guesswork capability. Because however, how much ever we prepare, because this time in prelims I got around 120 marks. I had qualified the Indian Forest Service cutoff this time. So actually, however you prepare, how much you prepare, but what happens is that you would know around 45, 50 or 55, maximum 50 questions. So you will have to take a intelligent guesswork of around 20 to 30 questions. So when you solve question in test series, that capability improves. You know how to eliminate options, how to go with the right option, and how to take that intelligent guesswork. So prelims test series is very important.
Yes, ma'am.
And moreover, also because it It also helps because it helps us revise the concepts that we have read. Many a times it happens that I have read the entire Lakshmikant, but if you ask a question from that, I'm not able to recall. But if I have solved a question, I've made a mistake, and if I've corrected it, read the right answer of it, and then I have like it has it will more stick to the mind that like this is the thing that I have to remember, and I'll remember it. Because if once I make a mistake, if I learn the right thing for it, I'll remember it more rather than simply reading something.
Ma'am, as far as mains preparation, like, am I audible, ma'am?
Hello.
Am I
Yes,
audible,
sir.
ma'am? Ma'am, as far as mains preparation goes, so did you prepare like topic
Yes,
by
sir.
every topic, or what was your approach towards mains preparation?
So mains preparation, I like it was also I tried to keep it as per the demand of the syllabus, and I also was referring to the previous year questions every now and then, because how much depth should I go into this, or how much depth I should not go into this. For example, in modern India, I read it properly because I saw there were many questions from there. But for world history, I just referred to some coaching institute notes, and I just simply brushed my concepts about that. And similarly, in post independence, I also did the same. So I was trying to concentrate on those areas that would fetch me more questions, or that will help me attend more questions too, rather than focusing on the entire syllabus.
Okay, you basically focused more on the important topics which you felt that they are important. Can I say it like this?
In general consciousness, there is that UPSC asks less question from post independence and world history compared to modern history. So referring I did in GS2 or GS3, I did not do that, or GS4 I did not do that. I referred to the whole syllabus and I completed every bit of it. But in GS1 I tried to do
Even
this.
even I agree, because when I was also preparing GS1, world history and post independence are least rewarding, if I may call them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely. Because world history, you read an entire book, and many a times you don't get even one question from that.
Yes, yes.
So,
And particularly if you are in the first attempt or second attempt, you can safely, like, you can just brush through. Like seniors, they can read, because
yes.
if I speak about myself, so in my third attempt, this was included, world history. So in the very first attempt, even I could not study world history like a lot. But as my attempts increased, so we have a little bit more time. So the freshers they can little bit less priority can be given to these two topics.
I did not skip the syllabus in world history as per se, because there is an inherent fear in me that what I don't study will definitely come in exam. So I did not leave world history and post independence, but I read the major topics. If some low hanging fruit comes out of that, like Industrial Revolution or American Revolution or French Revolution, I am able to attend it properly. And I think it somewhat helped me somewhere in the paper. I don't exactly remember the question, but somewhere that the values of French or American Revolution was there in some of the question. So that was helpful in that regard. So I tried to cover the basic and important concepts but I did not leave it completely, but I did not go into depth.
What about GS2 and 3?
GS2, in GS2, I referred to Puri sir's note. I read Lakshmikant. I read Lakshmikant a number of times, and then I referred to Puri sir notes. And then for for building the current affairs portion, I read to Vision IAS Mains 365. So that I found to be very helpful.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. They are helpful. Ma'am, going forward, like ethics paper, because many a times people are a little bit concerned in ethics. Like, what is the best way? Because last year, what was
Yes,
your
sir.
ethics score?
Sir, 111.
Okay, that is a great score. So can you tell me, like, what is your approach towards ethics? Because 111 is also a decent score. So what was your approach towards ethics?
So in ethics, what I did was I first of all read a book by Subba Rao. I read it selectively, Ethics, Integrity and Aptitude by Subba Rao. So I read that book selectively, and then what I did was I picked up every topic of the syllabus, and then I prepared a definition on it. and some examples related to it. So in ethics, it becomes very important that I know the exact definition of any word. What is integrity or what is ethical dilemma? I should know what the exact definition is. Like for in other people, I can make the definition for it, but in ethics, I need to know what is ethics. So, like for example, a standard definition of ethics, a set of standards that guide the morals of society, or something like that. But I should have a proper definition for it. So I made up the definitions. I collected some good examples, some relevant examples for everything, and I always tried to make like I worked on giving a good structure and a good presentation to my answer. Like I used to. Like as per the demand of the question, I first start with a definition, and then I will try to analyze every like if some analysis is given, I try to analyze, or I try to always give a balanced perspective of any question. So that was it. And then in the conclusion part, I always tried that the conclusion should always highlight the importance of that question. If UPSC is asking that question, it is because it is somewhere important for a job in public services. So I'll try to highlight that part, that why ethical dilemmas, and for example, in ethical dilemmas question, I will write in the conclusion that ethical dilemmas form a part of in the everyday life of a public servant. So it becomes very important that one knows like whatever solution that I've given for it or whatever I've talked about, I would write about that. So I'll try to relate it to the job of the public servant. So that, or I will try to end it with a positive and optimistic conclusion. Or I would like if there is some like Gandhi ji or Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam who have said something about it, I try to include that in my answer.
And what about case studies approach?
Case studies. So in case studies, what I used to do was I did not in case studies, as per the demand of the question, like first if the stakeholders are asked, I will give the stakeholders. Then if it is asked that for example, what course do you take, so I'll give some of the course, some of the possible courses, and the benefits and the or bad negatives of it, balanced view, like the good things about it, the bad things about it, why I should take this and why I should not take this. And then after possible solutions that everyone can give, everyone would give, and then I'll give a solution that I think I would go to. I did not try to be very idealistic, neither I tried to be very unethical. I always tried to take a practical ethics point of view. Like Pratham Kaushik sir, who had secured All India rank 5, he had given an example that there was a question during his time regarding if you are going for the interview and if you find a friend lying on the road, so what would you do? So practicality suggests that you go to the interview, but if someone is idealist, he would say, no, I'll reach a person to the hospital because life is more important than my interview. But in reality, that no one, very few people have that courage to do that, to leave that interview and go for that, saving that friend, because you have given so much effort to go to the interview. So the practically and ethically point of view would be that you would call someone to help that friend, or you will take that friend in your car and you will try to reach that friend to the hospital along on your way to the interview. So I always try to take a balanced view.
Ma'am, one more doubt generally people have, that while writing answers, should we go for point format or should we go for paragraph format, and what did you go with?
So I inculcated both of them because in most of the questions there was a proper introduction, there was a proper conclusion. In fact, all the questions there was a proper introduction and a proper conclusion. In the middle, if the question can be written in point format, I would write. I prefer using points, but if it is a paragraph or descriptive type of question, I would write in paragraphs, but I would give some points in between. So I used a mixture of both, but I preferred writing in points.
Anything else you would like to share, like on your own, like to the civil service aspirants, particularly the beginners and the next 60 days, what should be the approach? Your suggestions for beginners,
In the next
your
60
suggestions
days,
for people who are appearing this year prelims.
yes. For the beginners, I would suggest that don't undermine the importance of NCRTs. Read NCRTs well. Don't undermine the importance of revision. Revise. Keep your sources limited, but revise them very frequently. Uh, to the people who are attempting this year prelims, I would suggest it is the time to go for the test series. Keep revising your syllabus, your sources on one hand, but keep practicing test series as frequently as possible. If not daily, at least once in 2 days. But try to practice as many test series as possible, because the more questions you attempt, the more things would seep deeply into your mind, and it is your guesswork capabilities will also improve, and that will definitely help you in your prelims exam. So keep revising your material and keep practicing your tests,
Ma'am,
and keep learning from those tests.
ma'am, for
Yes, sir.
2021, like I
Yes,
have
sir.
prepared a plan. That plan is basically
Yes, sir.
divided into 3 parts. The first part
Yes,
is
sir.
foundation plan, first 3 months only NCRTs, like
Yes, sir.
first geography and like first polity, then history. First 3 months only NCRT. And then what I
Yes,
have
sir.
done is like the standard books, like one book for polity, which is Lakshmikant, one book for history, which is Spectrum. Like that, I have prepared the second
Yes,
stage.
sir.
And the third stage, which is from
Yes, sir.
March next year, will be the
Yes,
the stimulated test, like for example, the complete tests. Okay. Will it be
Yes, sir.
useful, ma'am? What do you
Yes.
think for beginners, this strategy?
I think, sir, yes, I think it will be very useful. Sir, this is, matlab, this is, matlab, this is a great strategy that would work. That would definitely work, because on similar lines, my preparation strategy was also there. Till my graduation, I tried completing my NCRTs, and then I switched to the standard books, and then I revised my standard books, and then I switched to the test series part, and all that helped me grow in my preparation. So, sir, definitely this strategy is very useful.
And why I'm saying is because many a times I have seen people crack prelims only using Lakshmikant. But sometimes what
Yes,
happens
sir.
in the main, some conceptual question is asked, like what is federalism, or some question federalism or democracy. So
Ah.
they are like
Yes, sir.
they are at loss, because like basics have not been dealt in the Lakshmikant, like concept of federalism,
Yes,
concept
sir.
of democracy, concept of
Huh.
many concepts like constitution. Why do we need constitution?
Huh.
These things are not dealt in Lakshmikant. Lakshmikant is like purely for people at least who has some grounding in polity. What do you like believe, ma'am? Is it correct?
Yes, yes, ekdam, my beliefs are totally in this, because many a times, even in my 2018 prelims, I found that, even in my 2019 prelims, I found that some knowledge of NCRTs was definitely useful in cracking some of the questions, which many people who have read only Lakshmikant were not able to do that. So I definitely feel that reading the NCRTs prior to reading Lakshmikant is very important.
Yes, ma'am. And one more thing, ma'am, I have brought one change. And generally, what happens, you tell me, like, I just want to know your opinion also. What I used to feel
Yes, sir.
when I was preparing, I used to also write few tests. Okay. But what
Yes, sir.
problem,
Yes, sir.
was that sometimes what happens that suppose polity test is there, and in that polity
Yes, sir.
test, suppose there are some some current affairs questions also. Okay. So what I
Yes,
have
sir.
done
Yes,
for the
sir.
beginners, ma'am, who are preparing for 2021, what I have done is I have kept a
Yes,
monthly
sir.
current affair test
Yes, sir.
and an NCRT complete polity test. Why? Because what I believe
Okay,
that
that is very good.
when there is a mixture,
Yes, sir.
then the student is not able to assess
हाँ.
that की polity हो गया है कि नहीं,
हाँ,
क्योंकि उसमें कुछ mixture भी है.
हाँ, exactly.
तो मैंने क्या किया है,
हाँ.
what I
मतलब,
ma'am, that rather than mixing, what I have done is
yes, sir.
I have monthly whatever you read current affairs or whatever newspapers, magazines, whatever you are reading. So there will be a monthly test on current affairs, which will have everything: polity, economy, geography, everything of that month. And
Yes.
ma'am, for the there is a plan for 3 months where a static like polity you cover all the NCRT and you give that test, so
Yes,
that
sir.
they can assess themselves कि polity हो गया है कि नहीं, they can move forward or they can revise. Is this a right strategy, ma'am?
Yes, sir. It's a very, very right strategy. Sir, you definitely know much more than me.
No,
I'm
because
just a,
Yeah, because actually why? Because like people who have done also, like I wanted to just like they should also know. I wanted an unbiased opinion from someone others also, because you have I have done, because something has worked for me. So I just wanted to know that will it work or not, or is it the right way or not? Because what happens, ma'am, I feel if if you are a beginner and you take a test which has a khichdi of everything, तो you will never be able to assess yourself कि क्या मेरा पॉलिटी कंप्लीट
हाँ
हुआ है या नहीं हुआ है. मैं सही बोल रहा
हाँ
हूँ.
एग्जैक्टली. हाँ नहीं, this is what the students will always feel, that ये मतलब an unbiased opinion every person can give in this, because a student himself or herself wants that if I had prepared polity, I get a test of polity, so that I'm able to assess if my polity is complete or not. If I'm getting some question related to current affairs or related to geography, I won't be able to assess how my preparation of polity is.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
every student himself or herself wants that this kind of test should be there, because if I have completed polity, I'll give the polity test, then I'll assess what kind of my preparation has reached. Should I revise it again, or should I switch to a different subject? So definitely this kind of strategy is very useful. It will be very useful, because matlab, I always felt that need, that if I've studied spectrum, I get questions related to history. So I'm able to decide, should I revise spectrum, should I switch to some other book, or should I switch the subject as I have prepared history. So that kind of assessment becomes a need of the hour at that preparation time. So I find this to be very helpful.
And one more thing, ma'am, as far as mains is concerned, ma'am, what I do is that
Yes.
daily practice sheet. Okay. I
Yes, sir.
try to collect some facts which are there in the
Yes, sir.
newspaper, or some committees or commissions or Supreme Court
Yes, sir.
judgment. And I categorically mention them in my daily practice
Sir,
sheet.
I have read your daily.
Ma'am, do you
Sir,
think
I've
that
read your daily practice sheets. I'm regular follower. I'm a regular follower of that.
how do you
I
think
always read that.
what is the role? What role it can play in mains, ma'am?
I find it very helpful and very useful. I don't find an parallel, so I find it to be unparalleled. I don't find matlab, that is like one of the best sources that I find. It has proper questions. It has news is covered so well in that you are giving the link of the article. You are giving the probable questions, and your questions are not like some other coaching institutes who form out of the blue questions. Like some of the coaching institutes, their questions are so tough that solving their questions often used to demotivate me. So your questions are matlab, totally in line with UPSC. UPSC does not ask very tough questions, neither does it ask very easy questions. It has some standard set of questions, and your questions are in line with that. I find that to be very useful.
Ma'am,
I often refer to those
I would
questions.
I would tell you, you will be surprised. I don't know last year when you were because many of the students, they contacted me last year also. Even you contacted me in the month of December or January, I believe.
Yes,
So,
sir.
ma'am, last year,
Yes.
many of the questions which were like unexpected, like I had asked in the DPS 20 days before
Yes.
exam that women empowerment is important to control population. Exact.
Huh.
Women empowerment is important to control
Yes,
population.
sir. Your questions are very useful.
So,
Huh. So I have felt I myself have myself.
ma'am, someone is asking your inspirational factor for IS. Why did you prepare for IS? Who motivates you?
Actually, I had come to know about the civil services in my class 8, and a teacher named Bipin sir, he told me that your caliber is such that you should try to go in this direction. But there was not very serious thought from my side, because there was no proper guidance available to me. I like in my maternal grandfather's side, or my grandfather's side, there was no one who was into this field. So I chose the easy part. I went for engineering. But after engineering, when I was doing my job, I was not very satisfied with my job. And I found that what I'm doing is much less than what I could do. So that kind of unsatisfaction was growing in me as long I was with my job. So that held, like that was inspiring me, that was motivating me, that I should take a plunge. Matlab, I should take a risk, that I thought that this would be a risk that I would not regret. and then I talked to my parents. They motivated for my. I'm very lucky in this regard that my parents are very supportive of me. So they motivated me for this. That yes, if you want, you should try for this. And then in 2017, when I started preparing, I was like, I was that I will give one attempt. I will study very hard for 1 year, and I'll give one attempt. Whatever happens would be God's indication for me. So I prepared from 2017. There was this was a time when I had come out of a project and I was on bench, and I started preparing full time, kind of full time, because I had no much work at office. So I started preparing, and then in 2018 I gave my first attempt. I cracked prelims, and that became like a kind of, I could say, a turning point, because I gained faith in myself that yes, I can do this. My father also became more confident that yes, I am in direction of something that I can do. And then, but after the mains result, when I did not qualify, I became a bit demotivated. My father encouraged me that if you have gone through prelims, if you try again, probably you can. So just give it one more try at least. So then I prepared for the next attempt, and then this happened. So
Ma'am, one thing I want to know, like more and more girls candidates are topping, like many girls candidates. What is the reason? Even all my toppers, like all toppers talk, most of them are female candidates. What is the reason? What is the secret? Why girls are like, just it's a like a lighter question.
I find that both girls and boys have equal capabilities. The point is, now girls are being more empowered, and so they are coming up and showing their potential.
Ma'am, do you think like for females, like this is one of the best careers to prove themselves?
So I don't find any career to be good or bad in its own sense. I find that whatever career a person's capability resonates with, that career is best for that person.
Yeah. Very good opinion. Ma'am, in the end, would you like to say something like before we end this? Any general inspirational, something motivational message to future aspirants? Like many times we go through like tough times during preparation where we start questioning our abilities. So how to overcome?
There is a poem. So there is a poem, but that is in Hindi, so many of them will not understand.
No. Please go on.
कोशिश करने वालों की हार नहीं होती, जब नन्ही चींटी जब दाना लेके चढ़ती है, चढ़ती दीवारों पे गिर के 100 बार फिसलती है। मन का विश्वास रगों में साहस भरता है, गिरकर चढ़ना चढ़कर गिरना नहीं अखरता है। बिन कुछ किए बिना जय जयकार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वालों की हार नहीं होती।
आपका जय जयकार हो रहा है। Everyone, please clap for ma'am achievement. Great, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, ma'am. One more request I have. Like, if you do not mind, like, can you not now, because now these days you are very busy. So whenever you get some free time, please share your like strategy for optional, at least for optional, because many are interested in optional. Like, so whatever, if in your free time, because whenever you have free time, please share. You can give it to me. I will share with them. Okay, so that is a humble request from.
I'll definitely. Okay, so I'll definitely share. So I'll definitely share that. Till I have not come up with my I've not written my strategy. I would suggest that there is a strategy written by All India Rank last year's All India Rank 4 Shreyans Kumar sir. So that strategy is there. A strategy is also written by Varnit Negi sir, All India Rank 13. So these strategies are very useful in anthropology. There is also a strategy by Neha Kumari ma'am. I don't remember the year in which she scored a rank, but her strategy is also useful. So these are some of the useful strategies that are available, and one can definitely refer to these.
Okay. Ma'am,
Sachin Gupta's strategy and Anudeep Dirishetty's sir's strategy is also useful. So we can refer to these all strategies. They are all very useful.
Okay. Congratulations once again, ma'am. Thank you. And we hope that in future also
Thank you, sir.
Take some time out of your busy schedule and enlighten these future aspirants and future officers. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for having me. Thank you, sir.